Hey everybody, how's it going? So, if you are new to streaming or making podcasts, doing anything like that, try Riverside.fm. It is a great program. I use it on a daily. They also have a mobile app that you can use, so if you want to do it on the go, you're good to go. They have a free subscription, and they also have paid tier subscription. And with each tier, you'll be able to get different things going on. So what at the they have one that's like $29.99 a month, which is the highest tier that they have. You can record 4K. Um, you can add like a little logo to your video, which you're probably gonna see one on mine up here in this corner. It's a great program. If you like I said, if you haven't started, try it out. If you have started, try it out. I'll have a link in the description if you want to go ahead and try it out. All right, y'all take it easy. Later. Welcome back to another episode of I'm Too Absent Minded, the show where I will unintentionally veer off topic because I am too scatterbrained. So sit back and get ready for a random ride. If you have something you want to talk about, or if you want to join me on an episode, you can DM me at I'm Too Absent Minded on Instagram. That's I'm the number two absent minded, or on TikTok at Howard Higgins Jr. All right, let's get this thing started. So, the other day I was at work and somebody made a joke and then like said it a few more times. And so I find that funny. It's like, why? Like you say something and gets everybody, some people anyway, some people do this. They say something, people get to laughing, and they say the same thing like three other times. I don't know, maybe it's because they're not naturally funny and feel that they have to reiterate the joke. Yeah, they're like, hey, look, I'm funny too. I don't really get it. But if it makes them feel better, then do what you do, pimpin'. Do what you do. So on Monday, we had that total solar eclipse that kind of cut through the middle of the country. And you could see the partials like throughout everywhere else for the most part. And but what I don't get is why is everybody making a big deal and saying it's gonna be the end of the world? Like, why would it be the end of the world? It's just an eclipse. Eclipses happen. They happen a lot. It's nothing to be worried about. Like, I didn't hear people make as much uproar as when that asteroid hit our atmosphere back in February of 2013. The one that hit that Chelyabinsk in Russia. It hit our atmosphere at 70,000 kilometers an hour, which is about 43,496 miles per hour. And here goes some more sciencey stuff. I'm gonna go on a little science, little tangent real quick. So the sun is on an 11-year cycle that exhibits periods of lesser and greater activity. This year and next year, we'll be entering a period when the solar activity is at its highest. And though in those cycles, there are solar storms, and those solar storms are rated from G1 being the smallest to G5, which is the largest and most intense. And they are expecting that we'll have four or so G5 solar storms between this year and next year. Like, but nobody's talking about that. Like, they're just like, okay, that's whatever. I'm like, no, like, if you gonna like make a big deal, if you're gonna talk about stuff, let's talk about it, all right? And but there's a lot of things like this that happen that most people don't know is going to happen, or yeah, they don't really know it's going to happen, and it's mostly because a not a lot of people are talking about it, or b it's due to lack of research, which that's fine. Most people don't have time to be looking up random information. However, I do when I don't know much on something. So if somebody asks me a question, or if I find something out and I don't really know about it, I look into it. And most of that is because of how I was raised with my dad. I would always ask him questions about random things, and he'll always tell me, go look it up. You will never know until you look it up. He said, and don't trust other people's word for it because they could tell you whatever. But until you look it up, you will never know. And so when I don't know something, I look it up. And also, I like to kind of speak intelligently on things. And I'm not saying I'm doing like a whole bunch of research, and I'm about to sit here and explain quantum physics to you guys. No, it's not that deep. It's not in that much detail. It's just I want to know enough so somebody says something, I can talk about it. And also, there was the last solar storm to have an effect on us was in 2022, and SpaceX lost about 40 satellites. But people weren't talking about that, and it's all right. It's fine. Just don't. What I'm getting at is like, don't make a big deal on things that ain't a big deal. Now, if somebody's saying, "Oh, somebody is, getting ready to launch a missile or something," okay, yeah, talk about that. Say it'll be the end of the world. That one's a little more understandable. But not over a freaking solar eclipse. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, and did you know that the northern lights, the aurora borealis, is caused when energized particles from the sun slams into the earth's upper atmosphere at speeds to up to 45 million miles per hour? And it's the earth magnetic fields that protects us and redirects the particles towards the poles. Like, that's something I didn't know. When I was looking up the solar storms and stuff like that, I came across this and I was like, oh, that's not bad. That's actually pretty interesting. I never knew that. And there's also a southern lights, which I didn't know about that one. And it's called the aurora australis. Australis? Sure, I'm gonna go with that. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but that's okay. And it's in a scene, or it can be seen in the most southern land masses like Tanzania and New Zealand and Antarctica. And so the colors from the northern and the southern lights are from a chemical composition of the Earth's atmosphere. The more you know. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get off of my little sciency uh, tangent real quick, but on to something else. So, thinking back on things, like life was so much easier in the 90s and 2000s. Like, we weren't obsessed with electronics. We lived to be outside hanging with your peeps, especially on a Friday night. You're just waiting. So, and you talking with your homies like damn near all week to make sure the plan is still a go for the weekend. Yo, we still hitting this up on Friday, right? Yo, we still going over here. We still doing this, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, cool. Bet. Like, and that was fun. And shopping was easier too. It was more of a hassle, kind of, but it was so much easier. So what I say is like kind of a hassle because let's say you got like you got your fit in mind. You're like, all right, I want to wear this and this. Let me go to the mall real quick. And you go there. What if they sold out? Then you're like, damn. Now you got to call an audible. Now you got to call an audible in mid shopping and try to figure something else out. And because it wasn't really online shopping like that. Like, we did have like the Finger Hut magazines, where you can order stuff, but it wasn't online. You'll like fill out the little form and all the stuff you want to send it in. Same thing with Eastbay. Like, when people will get shoes, they will see the shoes they want, they'll fill out this little form and they'll mail it in. So it wasn't always just a mall, but it wasn't as easy as it is now to buy stuff. And granted, like, I love online shopping. I will online shop with the best of them. And just, because trying to, needing to buy something and you want to buy it whenever, like, it could be 2 o'clock in the morning. You could just be like, I need I need some socks. And you could just go ahead and order you some socks. Oh, I think I need like some biscuits or something. I don't know. whatever it is you want to buy at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know who the hell buys shit at 2 o'clock in the morning anyway, but some people do buy stuff at random ass times in the day. And do y'all like so back in those 90s and 2000s, people don't really have much money. Like we went out there balling in the streets like that. Majority of us wasn't. There was a few people that was, but on an average, nah. And then we walked everywhere, or we'll take your local mass transit, the city bus. I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and so the bus route was called the Grata. So we hop on this Grata and we'll go everywhere. Like you need maybe like $1, something like that. Put the little thing, put a little change in there, your little dollar in there, whatnot, and you just gone. You riding that bus to where. If you was lucky enough to get one of them bus passes, yeah, bro, you on that bus all day. Like you just riding everywhere. It ain't even really matter. Like you be like, man, I'm gonna start here and I'll travel this whole city in a day using this bus pass. And it was dope. Like you would just be out doing all kinds of things. Granted, some people still do that now. That's cool. But it just felt like more of an adventure. Cause you ain't really know where exactly you was going. You may have had an idea on where you was going, but you like, man, I wonder what's on Kalamazoo. Let's go down to Kalamazoo Street and see what's going on over there. You just go see over there and hop out, see what it is. Because it wasn't like we had access to a lot of computers or cell phones and like that. No, it was just figuring out word of mouth. Hey man, I've been to this store over here on fucking Kalamazoo. Hey, you should go hit this up. Oh, dope. Yeah, let's go hit that up. Or hey man, let's hit over this way. You'll just go. You'll refer to your phone books, your yellow pages, mostly your white pages, because the yellow pages, those are people. White pages is for businesses. You would look up businesses. Be like, all right, ooh, this place sell pizza sales. I wonder if they any good. Let me go over there. Let me go over to this spot and get me a pizza sub. Which there's this one spot. I believe it was called Geno's. Geno's Pizza. They had like the best pizza subs I'd ever had. Amazing. But and so another thing that was dope but annoying at the same time was waiting by the house phone because somebody said they will call you later. So you be like, hey man, I'll call you tonight. Be like, all right, dope. What time you finna call? I don't know. I'll call around like 8 or whatever. So now you at the house sitting, waiting for them people to call. If that's the type of person you was. I would sit and wait. I would wait for like 15 minutes after the time they said they was gonna call, and then I'd dip out. But yeah, just sitting there waiting. And then that person calls, and now you on the phone. You and her, either it's your homie or it's a lady, and you out there either chatting it up with your homie or you cake mixing with the girl. And then next thing you know, somebody pick up that phone and start dialing a number, and all you hear is doot 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 doot, and you be like, mom, mom, mom. You be like, who on the damn phone? Get off the phone. I need to call somebody. And you got to be like, all right, hey, I call you back. I call you back or whatever. Hang up the phone or be like, I'll talk to you tomorrow or whatever the case may be. Then hang up the phone. Now, that was fun times. It was also annoying because let's say you in the middle of let's say you talking with a lady and you in a good conversation, and then all of a sudden that pickup, not the whole conversation shot, the whole mood is gone because somebody want to pick up the phone because they need to call somebody. It was bad. Or yeah, and going to your local record store. You know, I used to go to Sam Goody's all the time, and just go over there. Especially like if a new release come out. So now I used to at the record store be like, oh man, this album dropped on Thursday. All right, let me go up there on Thursday. Let me make sure you got it. So the album get released on a Thursday. Most of the time you in school. So you gotta wait that either at lunchtime, if you got enough time at lunchtime to run to the record store and come back, or you would just skip school, go to the record store, and try to get that new release. And that's only if they got it, because they would only have like a limited supply. So you go over there, look for this CD or cassette tape. They still had cassettes, and so you looking for this. And if they got it, boom, let me go ahead and spend this like 15, 18, $20 on this album. And boom, get that, now you gone. Or let's say they didn't have an album. So now you got when your next shipment coming in? Oh, well, we supposed to be getting another one in on Friday. So you're like, all right, what time on Friday are they gonna be coming in? Oh, they can come in at any time. Like that was the thing. Like it was always, oh, they can come at any time. When your truck arrive. When you get your shipments in. So now either A, you gotta skip another day on Friday, or you gotta hope that when you get there, that truck just got there, and you can get that release. But that was that was fun. That and just hanging out at the record store, looking at all the CDs, all the records, all the cassettes, just all the music in there. Like that was dope. And then let's say you out and about, and what time you gotta be back home? When them street lights is on, and don't come back to the house after them street lights is on. Because them street lights come on, but then you fucking walk up to the house after that, yo, it's a wrap. Either A, you getting cussed out, and then you getting grounded. And it don't matter if your friends are there with you or not. Like you could be walking up, you could be walking up with your homies, with anybody. You getting cussed out on spot, on site. They cussing you out, just going in. And then you gotta look at your friends like, oh man, it's alright, man, it's alright. Hey, I gotta get it with y'all later. Then you hear, no, you won't. You finna be grounded. How you gonna go meet somebody if you grounded? You like, man. So now you going in the house, and now you grounded. And being grounded was the worst. I spent a lot of time being grounded, and it was the worst. Like you in your room with nothing. You just there. Like if you had anything, it's gone. Like you had a TV, cords are gone. You ain't plugging nothing in. You got a radio gone. Toys gone. So you just sitting in there, looking at a wall, looking at them 4 walls and a window. Maybe 2. My room had 2 windows. So you just sitting there. But what made it dope for me is that our neighbors, um, one of my friends was my neighbor, and their bedroom sat across from my bedroom. So we could just open up the window and just be cake mixing through the windows. So we just hollering back and forth, bullshitting all the time. And that was dope. And then you already knew, you knew where to go. So when you out, you seeing either A, where the bikes is at, depending on your age. Oh, all them bikes is over there. All right, that's where everybody at. Or you walking around and next thing, and then you're all right, I'm finna go to my homie's house. And you start walking down there, like you ain't know anybody was over there. You just walking, you just going over there. And then you hear people talking mad shit while you walking up. Oh, look at your ass. And da 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 da. Just, you know, goofing around, just fucking around. And so now y'all yelling back and forth, talking shit while you walking up to the damn house. Fun times. And there was a barber shop down the street from my house. Back on a little reminiscent journey real quick. So, go to the street, take a right, walk all the way down. There was a barber shop over there. It was called the San Francisco Suite. That's where, we had the penny candy store and everything like that. And that place always smelled like perms and that little hairspray they be spraying on people's hair after they get a cut. It always smelled like that. And it was always thick with it too. and it was always dim. Like I don't know, like the barbershop wasn't like a well lit area. It was kind of dim. It had enough light to cut, but it wasn't like bright up in there. Like, I don't know how they got it. I don't know how they was cutting hair like that, but they was, and they was cutting it up. And the owner, I don't know what his name was, but every time like the phone would ring, he'll answer the phone. Frescoes. Yeah, yeah, what's going on? All right, yeah, we down here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on through, man. I got you, man. I got you. Just come on through, man. I had my one of my barbers hook you up. But every time, Frescoes, Frescoes. I was just like, and it was like this, like he had like this weird little Don King hair thing going on. And like he had this big old belly, and every time he would cut your hair, that belly be rubbing on your arm, or or like you need to turn your head, use his belly to turn you real quick. Like it was a hot mess. It was fun. Like it was an I forgot the word I was gonna use right there. An experience. There we go. It was an experience. And then then we ended up having we ended up stopped going to this barbershop. You know, people got into it. Dad got into it with the owner. Forgot for what. Probably about a hair or something. I don't know. Or I don't know what it was. But anyway, they got into it. And so then we went to another spot. And it was called what was that place called? It was called House of Style is what that place was called. And like I remember going to House of Styles. Like the House of Style it was like a fancier barbershop at the time. It was a little more expensive, but they had way more barbers, way more hairdressers. Um, it was well lit, glass. They selling weave and everything. Like it was a nicer spot. And after doing some research, I think that spot is still open in Michigan, down on Division Street. I don't know if it's the same because obviously it's been a whole lot of years since I've been back in Michigan. Like at a minimum, it's been 20 years, around 18 years since I've been back to Michigan. Probably around 25-ish years since I went to San Francisco's, it's been like 30 years. House of Style, probably like a good 25 years. Long time ago. Long, long, long time ago. So granted, I don't know if everything's the same. It could be. It could not be. But I just remember those things. Then we had the little Popeyes down the street. Yeah, it was pretty dope. Like I really did enjoy all the time that I had over there. But, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. And I want to thank everyone who took their time out to listen. And I cannot wait to see what I'm gonna talk about in the next one. So, if you have any questions or if you want to be on an episode, again, you can reach me at I'm Too Absent Minded on Instagram. That's I'm the number 2 absent minded, or on TikTok at Howard Higgins Jr. Now, y'all stay safe out there and y'all have a good one.